I have to say, Mr. Fame, you certainly are a strange one. Even though you say I feel so bad about it, it seems you were feeling happy about it. I think I can guess why you were feeling happy. It must be because... I think you were happy because you messed the defendant up. I'm right, aren't I? You gotta be kidding me. Why would I be happy I messed Juicy up? I'm a big fan of hers. Because we saw you. I hate her. I loathe her. I can't stand that Juicy White. And it's because he's a little good at magic he thinks he's all that. So this is exactly what that sniveling brat deserves. We saw how you said you hated Trucy White. How you were glad he was in trouble. And even how it was what he deserved. Looks like I hit the bunny on the head, so to speak. Apollo, the noise level dropped. Now if we can get it down to 0%. Well, Mr. Fame, are you ready to confess how you really feel? What? What do you mean? I'm Bonnie, the sweet cute little bunny. I'm a rookie magician working hard to be just like my idol Jersey. That's the character I'm supposed to be!
Objection!
Keep that up, Mr. Fame, and you'll be going to have a mental breakdown. Just let yourself be who you really are. Who I really am. The two sides of you are fighting each other and doing your psychic harm. I can hear them. Two distinct voices battling inside you. Shut your pie hole. You know nothing. Know it all. I mean, you must say things like that or I might get blasted. Mr. Fame, how do you insist on maintaining this wolf in sheep's clothing act? We can't end this therapy session until you get real with us. Set the wild beast inside you free! Don't make me laugh. You don't know a dang thing about me. Do you want to see who I really am? Fine. Take a good look. What in the wood? Sheep's clothing? You got it all on. It's a rabbit suit I got on. I'm not a wolf, a blood-sucking vampire, a bat with fangs and wings. I think we just opened Pandora's box. I'm fighting on that goody two-shoes Conatella. I think we're the best. Defense! Your therapy system has taken a turn for the worse from the looks of it. There's a perfectly good explanation for this. Isn't there, Miss Sykes? Methinks I created a monster. Wait, blow it! Hey you, lobster boy! Who, me? You think I'm glad Juicy's in trouble? Do I think she's getting her just as odds? Well, guess what? You're right. I can't do the left. Does this mean you meant your wrist to defend at harm? Well, the bat is out of the bag now. That mistake of mine was a work of art. Thanks to my goof, put interest in to do all that hard physical labor. When you say hard physical labor, what are you referring to? Because of Mr. Had three positions, choose to meet both of those huge stage lefts. They must have been so happy. What a riot. That's strange. Athena, could you please add that last statement to Bonnie's testimony? Alright, I'll update the mood matrix with the new info. Hey, Apollo. And there's a new inconsistency in the testimony. Yeah, she finally stepped up. So what do I need to do now? Well, from this point onward, you just need what you do best. Find the contradiction in the testimony and present evidence to refute it. Alright, I've got you now, Bonnie DeFame. She was the one who killed Mr. Reyes. Even she could move the body with that left. I was on stage at the time, but that's a mistake. You know what? So white. Thanks to that, she ended up having to move the stage lefts.
Objection!
That doesn't make sense. What? So you think I'm crazy now? No, that's not the point I was trying to make. But I don't hear you denying it. Mr. Fame, allow me to repeat your statement. Thanks to that, she ended up having to move the stage lifts. That's right. And I still say that's just what... But how did you know? How did you know Miss White moved the stage lifts? According to her own statement, she didn't tell anyone that she had done so. What? So how could you possibly have known what she had done unless you saw her? You saw Miss White moving the lifts in the understage passage, didn't you? You did it, Apollo! Noise levels are at 0%. But Mr. Justice, wouldn't that mean... Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Fame herself was under the stage where the victim was killed. And I hardly need to tell the court what that means. You are one artful liar, Mr. Fame, and one spectacular suspect. Why, you shiny red lobster boy! You're saying I killed Mr. Reyes? I'm saying that's a possibility. What's more? I say you had a solid motive to fame my client for the murder as well.
Objection!
My apologies for waiting on the defense's merry revelry. But you seem to have forgotten one very important point. Oh, really? The TV footage? As you can clearly see, Mr. Fame was on the stage the whole time. The entire audience can bear witness to that fact, including you. Oh yeah. I've just taken a long and senseless journey only to return to the starting line. The witness could not have been in the understage passage. Which means the only one left who could have killed the victim is the accused. Guess the party's over. But Mr. Fame knew something she couldn't have known unless he was under the stage. How did you explain that, Prosecutor Shadmati? It's quite simple. The accused must have told Mr. Fame about it, but then forgot. Open those useless eyes of yours and take a good look at the footage. Mr. Fame really was in the understage passage. It means he was on stage and understage at the same time. You mean she was in two places at once? That does seem to be the only explanation that makes sense. Maybe an explanation, but I'm not so sure about the makes sense part. Then we'll just have to make it make sense. Your Honor, the witness was both on stage and understage at the same time. That is the defense's assassin! I've heard some illogical things come out of you before, but this is absurd. I'm sure you'll change your tune once you hear my reasoning, Your Honor. My gut tells me you're bluffing, but I'll bite. Very well, Mr. Justice. How do you explain how the witness was in two places at once? There are two Bonnies, Your Honor. If that were the case, it would all make sense, wouldn't it? There were... two of them? I suspected you had a few screws loose, but now I see you are missing altogether. Is there a toolkit in this courtroom, Your Honor? I suppose two. No, 3 screws to the head so that we lighten his putrid brain. Very well. Hold it! Could you... No, wait. Please listen to my argument. Very well. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to at least give it a listen. As would argue earlier, Mr. Fame was still in the footage the whole time. At the same time, she was also watching Miss White in the understage passage. The only possible explanation is there are two Bonnies. It almost sounds like it makes sense. What do you think, Prosecutor Sanmari? This humble servant of the Holy Mother is on the opinion that we should lose no time in replacing the defense's many lost screws. But Apollo, it goes against reality itself to say that one person is actually two. But we don't have it to bound by reality after all. We're talking about magic here. So if the Bonnie the Fame in the footage is the real Bonnie, then the Bonnie here on the witness stand, the one who must have been understage, this Bonnie the Fame is our second Bonnie. She is? Say we call this one in front of us Bonnie 2. I believe I have just the pieces of evidence to prove that Miss Bonnie 2 exists. Oh, then please submit your evidence, Mr. Justice. What proves the existence of a Bonnie 2? Take that! What's this? During our investigation, we found a set of unknown prints on the coffin on the stage. These prints were most likely left during the course of the show. But they didn't match the prints of any of the people involved in this case. An unknown third party's fingerprints? I was not told of this. Emma must have kept it from him. So the question is, who could these prints possibly belong to? Mr. Fame, or should I say Bonnie 2? These are your fingerprints, aren't they? Talk to them! Enough of this foolishness. One person could not possibly be two. Those fingerprints couldn't have been left, not only during the show, but at any time. Objection! It's not like you two are cool like that, Prosecutor Sanmari. I'm sure you know that. Exactly when the big prints were made is not the main issue. What do you mean by that, Mr. Justice? The issue is, who do these unknown prints belong to? They're certainly not Bonnie the Fames. But what if they belong to the person standing right in front of us? Oh, you mean Bonnie 2 is the second Bonnie? Is that what you're implying? Partial says that these prints belong to the witness. I see they must belong to some other unknown individual. Prosecutor Sanmari, can you really look at her and still say that? What are you looking at? Take a picture and it'll last longer. What would this be? If we check her prints, I'm sure they'll match the unknown set. Well, Bonnie, the prints that don't belong to the real you belong to you, don't they, Bonnie number 2? Witness, is what the defense has said true? Fine, I admit it. The fingerprints are mine. And does that mean you aren't Bonnie the Fame? What? Ridiculous. Are there really 2 Bonnies? Nope, there's only 1 Bonnie. That's because I'm Betty. Betty the Fame. What? Ladies and gentlemen of the court, it's time for a wondrous magic show. Gasp and amazement as this life-fleeting illusionist performs her teleportation magic. Watch closely, it's showtime. What an amazing trick! The witness is suddenly split into 2 people! It's not a trick! No gimmick to it either! It's simply twins! What? The twins! So that's how the teleportation trick works. Ever since our debut, we've had to hide out or pretend I'm Bonnie. Ah, cute and sweet and goody-goody. I can't tell you how stressful it's been! I don't have to hide anymore. That's right. My days of sneaking around are finally over. The cover is blown, but they actually seem pretty happy about it. So, which one of you is the nice Bonnie the Fame we met in the dressing room? It would be me. And the sharp-tongued Bonnie we saw with the ratings Raja on stage was... Who are you calling sharp-tongued? Starting to make sense now. So, Mr. Justice, this changes the facts of the case rather dramatically, doesn't it? It certainly does. Didn't it show it was Bonnie who was on stage the whole time? So Bonnie couldn't have committed the crime. But Betty, on the other hand, who was understage, did have the opportunity. Well, so we now have 2 suspects. Hold it! Wait just a minute here, lobster boy. I didn't do it! That's right. Betty might be a foul mouth, but she never kill anybody. Hey! Who's got a foul mouth here? Oh, well, speak up, huh? Hold it! Please save your siblings squabbling for later. Betty, you must have been in the understage passage on the show. Otherwise, you wouldn't have known about the stage lifts being moved. So what exactly were you doing down there? Fine, I'll testify. Anything to get you off my back. Prosecutor Shabadi, Betty the Fame is ready to testify. What do you say? Betty, you lied to this humble servant of the Holy Mother. what else could I do? I can't blow our cover and ruin our magic act. Besides, am I gonna go to your Twilight Hell whatever for being a liar? You will indeed. However, it won't be after your death. Rather, I shall give you a taste of your punishment on this mortal coil in interrogation hell. Now then, Betty the Fame, please explain to this court what exactly you were doing under the stage. It's true. I had business in the understage classes because of an upcoming trick. It was the fire trick, right? Doing Mr. Waste was supposed to do. That's right. It's a very dangerous trick, so I had to make sure we were prepared for it. It was in the script. I really wanted to see it, but I couldn't because of the accident. Shut up! You're gonna give it away! Anyway, I was real busy. Yeah, way too busy to have the chance to kill Mr. Waste. Well, that was certainly different. How's that for flawless testimony and alibi? Our magic is real, it's not a trick or a gimmick. Oh my, she's floating. Your Honor. You can see she's being held up from below. You're supposed to pretend you didn't see that. You know something called etiquette. But I can't help it. Oh, I see a contradiction or inconsistency. I just have to point it out. Now then, the defense may begin its cross-examination. It's true. I had business in the understage classes because of the upcoming trick. It was the fire trick, right? The one Mr. Waste was supposed to do? That's right. It's a very dangerous trick, so I had to make sure we were prepared for it.
Objection!
I hate to break this to you, Betty, but there's a big flaw in your testimony. As big as the one in that floating trick you did earlier. Ooh, harsh words, but let me tell you something, forehead boy. No one has ever figured out how we do our teleportation trick. No one except me, you mean? Well, we have even better tricks up our sleeves. We do? I told you to keep it zipped! Now, don't fight, you two. Mr. Justice, what's this about a flaw in the testimony? The script has this to say about the fire trick. This would be dangerous. Make sure the fire bucket is ready. However, we found the fire bucket lying empty backstage except for a layer of dust. You didn't even attempt to get ready for the next trick, did you, Betty? You got me! Betty the Fame, you will explain yourself. There's nothing to explain. Come on, Betty. You can't hide any longer. You might as well tell them. Shut up! You can better take care of yourself! Don't try to tell me what to do! Well, if neither of you will explain, I guess I'll have to. The reason Betty didn't prepare for the fire trick is because she... You didn't prepare for the fire trick because you knew, didn't you? You knew that the body would be found and the show would then be canceled. be ridiculous. You insignificant speck of a man. I'm gonna yank those lame bangs of yours off. Is that what you want?
Objection!
Whatever. They can grow back. Now stop stalling and just tell us the truth already. I can't reveal my secrets. I'm a magician.
Objection!
I've been chasing the shadow of an illusionary corporate defense. And having a chance upon a convenient target, you let yourself get carried away. Exactly. Where's your proof, huh? Yet, I can see that the witness's taste for false words have also been proven. I advise you to confine your deceitful trickery to your magic act witness. Deceitful trickery.
Objection!
As you court-appointed therapist, I'd like to add something here, Betty. You find out yourself to be who you really are. If you continue to hide behind lies, you'll just be imprisoning your heart all over again. All these questions mean you're trying to put me in prison for real. So I'll be behind bars either way. Does that mean you're admitting your guilt? Of course not. I can't believe you people. Every one of you thinks I did something I didn't do. You. Lobster Boy. Barkeezer. Headcase Brett. Serious Monk. Cuba Giza? Headcase Brat? Really? Hold it. Betty, calm down. Come on now. Deep breaths, deep breaths. Look, I'm not the murderer, I tell you. And how did you know the show would be called off before the fire trick? I told you, we can't reveal our secrets. We're under contract. Contract? What is she talking about? Be that as it may, you're obviously a suspect in this case.
Objection!
I'm beginning to see the cosmic threads that make up the irretrievable trustworthy that is this case. Huh? Allow me to summarize your sources of defense. First, that the victim was killed in the understage passage. And second, that the witness and the accused are the only two who could have done it. Exactly! What's more, Betty knew that the body would be found, and that the magic shirt would then be caught off. Therefore, it's reasonable to conclude that Betty killed the victim understage. But what if Betty knew that the shirt would be caught off for some other reason? Like what? In the case of my investigation, I found it strange that the dragon set piece fell when it did. That, in conjunction with the body trembling from the coffin in such a dramatic fashion, causing too perfect for mere happenstance. As though the entire chain of events had been planned out in advance. Planned out? After deciding to take this case, I scrumptiously studied everything I could about the mass media in this country. I read the newspaper, old news reports, I even browsed tabloid magazines. How very industrious of you. I'm impressed! During this process, I learned about a strange practice favored by the TV world. Practice called the hidden camera prank. Betty and Bonnie, you knew about this, did you not? This dead body appearing, the set piece falling, the show being suspended. But you were informed of this plan by Take-Two TV in advance, correct? Is that true? Betty, please tell them now. I can't hold it in anymore. Dang it! Fine, you got us. Everything the prosecutor said is true. The TV station paid us to cooperate with them on this plan. It was all a prank, a big setup planned out in advance. Mr. Reyes showed up dead in the coffin. The set piece falling down. It was all completely scripted. It was all a prank. Bonnie, is this really true? Yes, Mr. Reyes was supposed to pretend to be dead. That's how it was supposed to go. So, he was in on it too. That's right. He was supposed to show up dead in the coffin. And then the set piece would fall down, so she would be shocked and start to panic. That's how the prank script went. What? What the heck kind of prank is that? But we never thought he'd actually wind up dead. Yeah, that was the only thing that was different from the script. Poor Mr. Reyes. I'm so completely lost right now. Well, Betty and Bonnie, it certainly sounds like you have some explaining to do. Alright, I guess despite desperate times call for desperate measures. This once will show how it was done with you. So listen carefully. You never hear this kind of thing anywhere else. After our teleportation trick, I went down on the stage. Mr. Reyes' body appeared from the coffin on stage. It was set for Betty to do her job in the other stage passage. That's right, I used remote control for the winch connected to the dragon's set piece. It made it fall down. And just before the dragon fell, I called Trucy to the backstage so she wouldn't get hurt. After that, the plan was for Mr. Reyes to come back to life in form of a panicked Trucy. He was supposed to laugh and fly up and away. That's how it was scripted anyway. For some reason, he really did turn up dead, so he kind of just stayed on the ground. What kind of sick joke is that? It sounds like a terribly mean-spirited prank to me. The poor defendant was trying to do her magic show. I guess so. I'm sorry, Trucy. Whatever. It was all the waiting squad's idea anyway. Yeah, it sounds like just the kind of thing a guy like him would come up with. This is the prank plan script we got from the waiting squad. Dang it. We made us break our contract. Now we won't get paid. But where does this all leave us? Who killed the victim? And when? Yes, exactly. Those are the key questions. Mr. Reyes was only pretending to be dead in the coffin as a part of the prank. Then when he was on the stage, there would still be a life within him. If that is the case, then Betty, who was also on the stage, may be excluded from our list of suspects. Witness. Was the victim alive up until he entered the coffin? Oh, well, now that we've spilled the beans, we might as well show you this video. Greetings, viewers. It is I, the great Mr. Reyes. We are currently in the middle of Trucy's escape trick. Having snuck through the understage passage undetected, I'm now hiding backstage. Preparing to play a little prank on Trucy. I'm about to hide in the coffin which Trucy was stabbed with a wobble sword. And when the coffin opens, I will be in it, acting as though I met my maker. Can you imagine the look on Trucy's face then? I can hardly wait. He's about to hide in the coffin. It would seem the threads of comic destiny have led us to the truth. I can pass through the understage where buried the fame was, and came up into the backstage area. I know this because Mr. Weiss appeared to be backstage when he saw the video we saw. It appears that way, yes. And the fence. You proposed the following, did you not? What if the victim was killed under the stage before being put into the coffin? Then what about this video? This village was taking this before Mr. Weiss entered the coffin. Oh, so does this mean... Yes, it is horrible but true. The tragedy did indeed play out right there on the stage. And into the coffin, while Mr. Weiss was hiding, Trucy White thrust her blade. See, told you so. So you are saying the incident was a tragic accident that happened during the prank? It would be an accident if the accused had no knowledge of the prank beforehand. So let's ask the accused herself, Miss White. Did you have any prior knowledge of the prank? What? I... Tell him, Trucy. You didn't know anything about it, right? Of course I didn't. I didn't know a single thing about it.
Objection!
So think you can play innocent, do you? In that case, you leave me little choice but to present this piece of evidence. It looks like some sort of note. That's... I found this note in the dressing room after the incident. At the time, I did not understand what it meant, but all is clear to me now. What's this? Let's see, it says, get the video camera after Mr. Reyes comes tumbling out? There's a note signed by the accused. Instructing Bonnie to collect Mr. Reyes' video camera from him, it seems. Get it? It doesn't make any sense. I found it in the dressing room before the show. When I saw it, I realized that Trucy knew about the prank. There's Bella's signature. I'll give you that much. So the defendant had prior knowledge of the prank. It would appear so, yes. As he learned about the plan to trick her, she decided to use it to her own advantage. She thrust the steel sword into the coffin where the victim stood, chuckling to himself. Is that not what happened, Miss White? Of course not. I didn't write or sign that note. The handwriting matches yours. All the evidence and testimony points to you being the culprit. What? I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Explain the existence of this note. You can do that, can you not? I can't explain it. I didn't write it, so I don't understand. Thank you, Mr. Reyes. You have to believe me. silence is deafening. Continue struggling against the threads of your own karma if you wish accused. Even as you are inescapably caught in the web of fate you spun for yourself. Miss White, it is time to resign yourself to your fate. No, I didn't do it. I knew it! That's you looking for a murderer? She took all of us into the act of hers. I told you, I knew she was a homicidal little witch from the start. But I didn't do it. But he didn't. Doesn't anyone believe me? Shut up, you killer! We won't fall for that anymore. This is bad. Your Honor, as this we put an end to this tragedy now. Give your official ruling and let us offer the victim's soul the last rites it deserves. Very well. I suppose I have no other choice. This court hereby finds the defendant, Trilogy.
Objection!
The defense has an objection! Apollo? You, even now you would. I won't give up, and I refuse to let either of them down. Mr. White, who's counting on me, and Trilogy, who's put all of her faith in me. Mr. Justice, the fact that you have raised an objection means that you have evidence with which you refute the prosecution's claims, correct? Yes, of course, Your Honor. Do we really have anything, Apollo? Actually, we do. There's one piece of evidence we can present here. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may proceed. As we saw in the show's footage, there's no question that the defendant thrust the sword into the coffin. The defense doesn't dispute this point. But let us not forget that this was a magic show filled with tricks and illusions. We can't take everything we see at face value. So you're saying some sleight of hand was somehow involved? Yes, the defense contends that the sword the defendant used was not the cause of death. Was it true she told me she did just before she thrust the sword into the coffin? Very well. Let us see your evidence then, Mr. Justice. But remember, you interrupt my verdict to make this claim. You will be severely penalized if I find you a bluffing. That's fine, Your Honor. This shows that it's possible that the sword Miss White used was not the cause of death.
Take that!
What's this? A sword from the show? That's correct, Your Honor. This rubber sword was in the sword stand under stage. During the trick, Miss White was supposed to swap the real sword for a rubber sword. As he told us on record that she remembers very clearly that she did. I see. So the sword the defendant thrust into the coffin was a rubber sword, was it? But then why was the steel sword found lying on the stage? Somebody must have put the steel sword there by swapping it with the rubber one. Just after the incident occurred, the dragon set piece fell, and the theater was evacuated. The real culprit must have used the resulting chaos to swap the rubber sword for the real steel one.
Objection!
Not know when to give up, Stinkbug. That is not possible. Don't was found in the coffin hole that the sword was thrust into. It must have been left there when the accused withdrew the sword. It is inconceivable proof that the sword she used was the real steel one.
Objection!
That blood could be the result of someone tampering with the crime scene after the fact. after the set piece fell and the audience was cleared out of the theater. There was plenty of time for somebody to plant that blood there.
Objection!
The sword they accused you was a rubber one. And when exactly do you propose the victim was killed? Given that Mr. West was alive when he entered that coffin.
Objection!
Finding the answer to that question is precisely why we need to continue this trial. Let me express my opinion. On all accounts, it is certainly reasonable to suspect the defendant based on the evidence. But that's a question of whether the sword the defendant uses rubber or steel. Having further discussion is warranted. I suggest we hear from the defendant herself on this issue. Very well, Your Honor. Yes, I saved it. Somehow. Too close for comfort, but still. Let's adjourn for a brief 15-minute recess. I advise the prosecution and the defense to use this time to prepare. Phew, that was hairy. Tell me about it. We barely made it through by the skin of my teeth. I can't say I'm crazy about that prosecutor Sharmati either. You know, the way he says let it go and move on as if it's nothing. Let it go and move on, huh? Oh boy, am I interrupting a secret conclave of villains or something? Got your next evil scheme in the works already? What do you want? Keep making that face, champ, and everybody's gonna change the channel. Like this way, Trucy. Now smile for the camera. This is probably right. Isn't that what the Grandma Creed tells you to do? How does it feel, Trucy? Everybody online can't stop talking about you. They're calling you a real witch out there. Could this be the end of Troop Grandma? Go away, you creep! Oh, what's this? Something just charged into frame. It looks like a yellow gorilla or something. Could it be Trucy's pet? Filming is prohibited inside the courthouse. Do you want me to get the bailiff? Filming? What are you talking about? I didn't even have a camera on me. Huh? What happened to the camera? It just disappeared. Before our very eyes. I'll be enjoying the rest of the Trucy show from the gallery. But I'll call for Trucy's fans to come and support her earlier, by the way. Bet I'll get some great footage out of them. This is gonna be good. Hang loose, baby. You caught in some of Trucy's fans? But for what purpose? Apollo. That thing was so... The Tina's just did. That was some hell of a sleight of hand. Huh? How would he know how to do something like that? I don't know, but he definitely had some serious magic skills. No way. I thought he said magicians were all a bunch of good-for-nothings. Mr. Lawyer? Oh, hello, Bonnie. Can I help you with something? Well, there's something that's been bothering me. Really? What is it? You see... Hey, Demi! What are you whispering to Lobster Boy about? Eddie, who the heck do you think you are? Are you crazy? You want a piece of this? No, you have to talk to me first before you do or say anything, you hairbrain. Shut your mouth, you dumb bunny. Come with me, now! I wonder what was bothering her. There's no way we're finding that out with Betty constantly hovering over her like that. Court is about to reconvene. Will you be alright testifying? tussed. I wonder what Mr. Martinez has up his sleeve. I doubt he's bringing in actual fans. Yeah. Probably not. I wonder what he has up his sleeve too. He better not be trying to get under Trucy's skin right now of all times. You're Trucy right and you'll be fine. There goes a part of his best trick. That's right. Now if I'm feeling down, I always tell myself I'm fine. Alright, I'll give it a try. I'm Trucy right and I'm fine. Thanks, Polly. I think I can do this now. Dadagar, good luck up to understand. You'll do great. Thanks, I'll be fine. I can do this. Alright, Justice, you can do this too. Time to focus on the rest of the trial. Court is now back in session. Defendant, please step up to the witness stand. Trucy White? Magician? Here comes the liar, the deceitful witch. Throw the murderer in jail. Last man of that criminal trope. Boo! We don't want to see you on any stage. Order! The gallery will be quiet or I will have you all thrown out on the spot! What's your father? Hecklers! But they're the fans Mr. Martinez invited. What a grade A jock. He's not going to psych us out. Now then, Miss White. This court would like to know if you stripped from the steel so to a woman on stage. So please testify about this issue. She's just gonna try and trick us again for magic! I've been convicted already! Get with the death penalty! Nah! Silence, all of you! I won't tell you again! Miss White, do you feel able to testify? Yes, I'm fine, Your Honor. Trucy, I knew I shouldn't have let him go through with this. I'd like to make a small request. How about, instead of testifying with words, I show you exactly what happened? Would that be alright, Your Honor? You can witness my stupendous sword-switching magic and judge for yourself. In spite of everything, she's still smiling. Oh, Trucy is amazing, isn't she? She sure is. She's doing just fine up there. True entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. She's faithfully following the troop Grandma Creed even now. She really is something else. It's showtime for Magic Gal Trucy White. Watch carefully now, everybody.